Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video, we will learn how to split the data into training set and validation set in Minitab. In other words, we can say that how to split the data into training set and testing set in the Minitab. Here we have a data set of breast cancer and which 69 values with 30 variables. Now we need to split the data into 70% of the training set data and 30% of the validation set. The 70% of the training set data consists of almost 398 values. Means if we take the 70% of 569 values, we get 398 values, and 30% of 569 values is 171 values. Now let's start to proceed further. First of all, go to the calc, then make pattern data set, then simple set of data, and then store pattern data set into C33. Why in C33? Because there are 32 columns already reserved, and we will need to put the data into C33. So put here C33. The next thing is from first value put 1. Similarly to the last value put 1. And how many values? We need 398 data values of the training set data. So we put here 398, and now click OK. Here you can see in C35 that all the values are 1, 1, 1 and so on. There are 398 values. So 398 values where we mentioned 1, 1, 1. Now again go to the calc and go to the make pattern data, then simple set of data. Now put here C34. Now replace 1 with 2, and similarly replace 1 with 2, and now there are validation set of data which are 171 values, which is the 30% of 569 values. So 171. Then we click OK. So we get 2 here. The next thing is go to data and then stack and columns. So here mention the columns of the data which are C33 and C34, and then select it. So the next thing is where we need to store the data. Select column of the current worksheet and put here C35 and click OK. So the value 111 and 22 which are mentioned in C33 and C34 are stacked in column C35. The next thing is to randomize the column C35. So choose calc, then random data, and then sample from column, and sample from columns. The number of rows to the samples we need to randomize total number of observations which are 569. So we put here 569, and which column we need to randomize? We need to randomize the column C35. Store the sample into C35 again. Now click OK. Here you can see that all the values which are already mentioned in ascending order with 1, 1, 1 and 2, 2, 2 that are randomized with 1 and 2. The next thing is to unstack the data into training set as well as in validation set. So click on the data, go to unstack, then select C1 to C32 because there are last variable which is fractional dimension. So select. The next thing is using subscription n. by whom we need to select the data. So we randomize the data here on the basis of C35. So we will mention here C35. The next thing is store unstacked data into new worksheet or after the last column. So we need to store the data into new worksheet. And the next thing is name the column containing the unstacked data. So we click over it and then click OK. So we have a data set of training set as well as in the validation set here in this worksheet. So here you can see that C1, C2, T and so on, how many values are there? There are 398 training set data, and now we can see that here 171 values of the validation set. So this is the validation set. In this way you can split the data into training set and validation set and Minitab.